In the far-flung hills of northeast India, where the clouds gaze the mountain tops and rivers cut through the valleys, lives a community both mysterious and resilient, the Maram tribe. Today we explore the story, their origins, their culture, and the struggles of the people whose voice was slowly flattened, but now slowly rising and whose spirit refuses to die. India is home to over 1,635 indigenous languages as per UNESCO survey, yet 196 of these languages stand endangered. Among them is Maram, a language and a people tucked away in Napati district of Manipur. The Maram community is small in number but rich in cultural heritage. For centuries, their traditions survived through oral stories, folklores, and legends, not written records, and while the past century saw decline and loss, today their practices, festivals, songs, dances are rediscovering light and recognition. The Maram homeland lies across forest-covered hills and mountain ridges. Their main homelands falls under Tatobi subdivisions, then Wilong subdivisions, other extending Kampokpi. More than 30 villages from the Maram area, the largest being Maram Kulen, also called Maramai Nangdi. Guarding the tribe's culture and ethos with its altitude of 6,000 feet, this village has long been the hub of custom traditions and history. Neighboring tribes frame the Maram on every side, the Mao Nagas to the north, Pomai to the east, Tangals to the south, and Jalangrong to the southwest. This mix of cultures shapes their identity, yet sets them apart. Ask a Maram elder about their origins, and you will hear not history written in books, but legend recited through memory. They speak of Medungasi and Simoting, a couple believed to be the only survivors of the Great Flood that wiped out humanity. From them, the Maram people were born. Out of their descendants came Maram Pungsa, who founded the first village. His 4 sons would later give rise to the 4 clans of the Maram tribe. Even today, in Maram Kulen, some families continue the ancient taboo of not eating pork, honoring the pact their ancestors once made for survival. Once the Marams were known as the Great Maram, fierce wars dominant over neighboring groups, but their stature began to fall in the late 19th century. In 1891, as punishment, the British burned down Maram Kulen. Famines followed in the early 20th century. Many families migrated, leaving lands abandoned, lands often taken over by Kukis and other neighboring tribes. Then Christianity entered. All customs, like headhunting, disappeared, replaced by new belief and education. But because of Christianity reached Maram later than it did other tribes, the Maram found themselves left behind socially and politically. In the words of researcher Ethicald, their decline was so striking that the government of India once labeled them a primitive tribe, needing state support to survive. Despite challenges, Maram society holds into its essence egalitarianism with no caste, no strict hierarchy. All are treated equally, rich or poor, literate or illiterate. Land is divided among households and clans, but kinship binds the village together. Though patriarchal women are far from powerless, they are considered the backbone of society, managing fields and families, free to divorce and remarry if they choose. This strength of kinship and balance is what defines Maram's social life. The heartbeat of the Maram identity lies in its festivals. Guided by the moon phases, these ceremonies keep alive the tribe's bond with nature and each other. Mankan, also called April, celebrated by women when newly widowed wives and maidens gather at the village dancing ground, showcasing songs and dance. It is a farewell to girlhood and the celebrations of feminine vitality. Ponghi, also called July, following the paddy planting seasons, villagers sacrifice a spotless cow to evoke blessings for a good harvest. Newlywed couples are honored with gifts and the bride price census take place on this day. Kangi, also called December, a 7-day festival of men, though open to the children and women completing lactation. The highlight comes on the 5th day with wrestling matches performed unclothed to ward off evil spirits. Long jumps, stick games, and rides bears feasts transform the village into a carnival of strength and spirit. For the Maram, music and dance are not entertainment, they are life itself. Walking in fields, waving, or even walking to distant lands, they burst into songs. Their songs record history, the values of the warriors, the sorrow of loss, the joy of romance, sung in 4 parts: harmonies, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. They echo across valleys in perfect symphony. Their dances are graceful and symbolic, imitating birds, animals, cultivation, cycles, or war movements. Guided by a leader, singers the troop move in rhythm, dressed in vivid attire. These are not mere performance, but visual storytelling of Maram life. The Maram language, like many in the northeast, belonging to the Tibeto-Burman family, but it is endangered without a script on their own. Maram used the Roman script, seen especially in hymnals and Christian writings, in a region where over 130 tribes speak distinct languages. Mutual intelligibility is rare. This makes preservation of Maram language even more urgent. Its fed in songs, its forgotten tale, marks the loss of centuries of heritage. The Maram people today stand at a crossroad between past and present, declared once as primitive. Their rich culture proved otherwise, from the legends of the Great Flood to the celebratory songs of harvest. The Marams tell us the story of survival, resilience, and revivals. Globalizations and modern pressures threaten indigenous identities. The Maram remind us of the urgent need to preserve lesser-known cultures. Their songs and stories are not just theirs, they are thread to the vast mosaic of India's heritage. To listen, to record, and to remember the Maram is to honor the living spirit of humanity itself. Thank you. See you in the next video.